Deep research. So, in the last lecture, I explained what deep research is and when to use it. But knowing about a tool and knowing how to use it well are two different things. The difference between a mediocre deep research result and an exceptional one often comes down to how you frame your request. A vague prompt gets you a generic report. A specific, well structured prompt gets you exactly what you need. And in this lecture, we are going hands on. I'm going to walk you through a complete deep research query from start to finish, accessing the feature, crafting an effective prompt, and watching the research unfold and working with the final report. By the end of this video or this session, you will know exactly how to run deep research like a pro. You'll have a template for crafting effective prompts, you will understand what to look for during the research process, and you will know how to extract maximum value from the results. Let's do this. First, let's access deep research. We open ChatGPT, look at the message composer at the bottom of the screen and click on the plus icon. Let's try this one. The message composer, click on the plus icon, and here we find deep research. Okay, you see this? Or what we can also do is you can type slash and select the deep research option. So if you do not want to go with the mouse clicks, you can do this. Okay. Now, once you select deep research, the interface looks mostly the same, but ChatGPT now knows you want a comprehensive research task and not a quick response. One important note here is deep research is available on web, iOS, Android, macOS, and Windows. The experience is similar across all the platforms. Step number 2. And this is the most important step. The quality of your prompt directly determines the quality of your report. Let me show you the difference between a weak prompt and a strong one. A weak prompt could look like, tell me about electric vehicles. Now this is too vague, you'll get a generic overview that might not address what you actually need. Now what would a strong prompt look like? Let me show you this. So the strong prompt would look like, I am evaluating whether to buy an electric vehicle in the UAE market in 2026. Compare the top 5 EVs available in the UAE by price, range, charging infrastructure availability, and total cost of ownership over 5 years. Include local incentives or regulations that affect ownership. Format as a comparison table with a recommendation based on value for money. Now this is a strong. So what is the difference here? The strong prompt includes the context, why you need this information, the scope, specific market, time frame, number of options, criteria, exactly what factors to compare, geographic specificity, local market, not global, output format, how you want the information structured, and decision framework, what you are ultimately trying to decide. So a template that you can use is I am, the context or the role, trying to, the goal, research the specific topic with focus on the key criteria, consider the time frame, geography, constraints, present the findings as the desired format with specific deliverable. Now this could be a template that you can use again and again. Step 3 is adding context with files. Now here is something powerful. You can attach files to deep research for additional context. You can click on the attachment icon in the composer and you can upload PDFs with background information, spreadsheets with data you want analyzed, or documents with specifications or requirements. For example, let's first come back here. So you can add photos and files. Okay. Yeah. So for example, if you're researching vendors for a project, you could attach your requirements document. Deep research will include those specific requirements into its analysis of each vendor. Now, if you have connected Google Drive or Dropbox, deep research can also pull relevant files from those services automatically when they are related to your query. Step number 4 would be confirming the research plan. Now, after you submit your prompt, something interesting happens. Deep research often asks clarifying questions before it starts, and don't skip the step. These questions help ensure the research goes in the right direction. Now, you might see questions like, should I focus on consumer vehicles or commercial fleets? Do you want me to include used vehicles or only new? And what is your budget range? Answer these thoughtfully. It only takes a moment, but it significantly improves the relevance of your results. Once you confirm, deep research begins its work. Now, as deep research works, a sidebar appears showing you what it is doing, and this is fascinating to watch. You will see the search queries it's running, the sources it's finding and reading, the reasoning steps it's taking, and how it's pivoting based on what it discovers. Now, you don't need to watch this the whole time. Remember, it takes 5 to 30 minutes, but it's worth checking in occasionally, especially for your first few queries to understand how it thinks. And here is something useful. If you see the research going in the wrong direction, you can interrupt and provide additional guidance. Just type in the chat to redirect it. Otherwise, you can close the tab entirely and you will get a notification when the report is ready. Reviewing the final report, that is the step 6. Now, when deep research completes, you will see a comprehensive report directly in the chat. The report typically includes an executive summary or overview, a detailed section addressing each part of your query, data tables or comparisons if you requested them, analysis and insights, citations throughout with clickable links to resources. Take time to read through it carefully. Don't just skim. Deep research often surfaces insights you would have found on your own. You wouldn't have found on your own. Pay special attention to the citations. Click through to import important sources, especially for claims that will influence your decisions. Verify that the source actually says what the report claims it says. And once you have your report, you have several options to export it, to continue with the conversations, or to request modifications. Let us give this a try on our own and see how the result is, or what there is, or how long it takes. Okay, I'll come here. I copy pasted the prompt. I clicked on deep research because I wanted to do deep research, and I click enter. And let's see what is happening over here. Now it's asking me clarifications. To provide you the most accurate and relevant comparison, could you please clarify the following? What is the approximate budget range? Are you more interested in sedans, SUVs, or both? Will you primarily be driving within cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, or also long distance intercity travel? Would you prefer models from global brands, or you are open to a newer Chinese brands? Let's answer these. My approximate budget would be anywhere between 100,000 dirhams to 200,000 dirhams. More interested in, let's say, SUVs. Primarily be driving within the city, Dubai, both. Well, global, along with proven successful brands like BYD are also fine. Now, this is our answer to the clarifications that it asked, and it has now started with doing the research. So it has started the research. On the left, you can see there is an activity tab, there is a sources tab. It is right now compiling the sources and it is doing its research. Now you can exit this, go on and do different things while ChatGPT does the research. Okay, it's still compiling the resources and it is looking at the activities. So I'm considering the top 5 electric SUVs in the UAE, focusing on price range, charging infrastructure, ownership costs over 5 years, and local incentives or regulations. It's still thinking. So let's come back to this while we finish this off. Now I have some tips for better results. Let me share some tips that will dramatically improve your deep search results. Tip number 1 is to be specific about your decision. The more deep research understands what you are actually trying to decide, the more relevant its analysis will be. Help me decide is more useful than tell me about. Number 2 is specify your expertise level. So if you are an expert, say so. You will get more technical depth. If you are new to the topic, mention that too. And tip number 3, request specific formats, tables, pros, cons, lists, decision matrices. Tell the research exactly how you want the information to be structured. Tip number 4, set geographic and time boundaries in the US market or as of 2026 or over the next 3 years. Constraints help focus the research. Ask for uncertainty is tip number 5. Add highlight areas where sources disagree or where information is uncertain to get more honest and nuanced analysis. Tip number 6 is use your queries strategically. Remember, you have limited queries per month. So don't use deep research for questions that regular ChatGPT could answer. Save it for research that would genuinely take you hours to do it yourself. So here we come back. So Dubai offers incentives like free charging. I am mapping out various past EV incentives in the UAE, including free parking and tolls, considering recent developments or new offers like Ramadan deals or Diva packages. I'm considering excluding high-priced models like the Hummer EV and Neo ELA due to their steep costs, instead focusing on brands like Tesla, BYD, MG, Hyundai, Kia. So it's doing its part of research. You can see all the resources that it's going through. It's compiling the resources at the same time. Okay, now let's get back to the example prompts for different use cases. Now let me give you some example prompts for common use cases. Business decision. I am a startup founder evaluating CRM platforms for a 15-person sales team. Compare HubSpot, Salesforce, and Pipedrive on pricing, ease of use, integration capabilities, and scalability. We are in B2B SaaS with a 6-month sales cycle. Recommend the best fit with justification. Personal purchase. I'm buying a laptop for video editing and graphic design work. Budget is $2,000 to $3,000. Compare the top 5 options available in December 2025, focusing on display quality, GPU performance, build quality, and value. I travel frequently, so weight do matter. Market research. Analyze the meal kit delivery market in the GCC region. Include market size, growth, trajectory, major players, consumer preferences, and barriers to entry. I am considering launching a premium meal kit service targeting health-conscious professionals. Academic research. Summarize the current state of research on large language models and hallucination reduction. Include key papers from 2024 to 25, main approaches being tested, and which methods show the most promise. Present as a literature review suitable for a graduate level audience. Notice how each prompt is specific, contextual, and clear about the desired output. Now, here is what to remember. Deep research is only as good as your prompt. Be specific about your context, criteria, geography, time frame, and desired format. Use the clarifying questions to refine your request, and always verify important claims by checking the source citations. Do this well and you have a research capability that genuinely rivals what you would get from a professional analyst, delivered in under 30 minutes. And here is your challenge. Run a deep research query. Take your research question, you thought of it in the last lecture, or pick a new one that is genuinely useful to you. Craft a detailed prompt using the template I shared. Run the query, review the report, and then try a second query. Compare the results and keep doing it. And that's all. I'll see you in the next lecture. And in the meantime, let's go back and see where is the status of our research. It's not yet ready. Would take a while. I can stop it if I think that the thinking is going in the wrong direction. I can update it with a prompt or do something, and that's all. So it's gonna take a while. Okay, so you can do the same and see how long it takes for you and how good the report is. I'll see you in the next session. Until then, have a great and a wonderful day.